Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Hummingbird Assembly. I am Reverend Michelle Scrimgeour-Brown. It's my pleasure to lead us in our weekly discussion. Each week, we gather to stimulate thought, create connections, and expand consciousness. And we are an assembly of people who will teach each other to find the miracle of joyful living from life circumstances to accomplish that which seems impossible. Our announcements are pretty much the same as they are every week. I do want to make you aware that there are events on the Facebook page for the upcoming gatherings until January 8th. But you will notice the absence of a gathering on December 25th. And currently, there is an absence of a gathering on January 1st. But I may do something on January 1st anyway. So stay informed. Like, I'm thinking it might be a potluck like we did last year at my house. We might do that again on January 1st. But the trick is that, of course, just because I don't stay up until midnight to usher in the new year doesn't mean that that's the same as everybody else. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, pay attention to the Facebook page to see whether or not we gather. That's what I'm saying. Okay. We continue to collect awakening stories. If you would like to submit your story when you realized you were a conscious co-creator in your life and no longer a victim of circumstance, please submit to admin@hummingbirdAssembly.com. We have our boxes back here. If you'd like to make a donation to support the ongoing costs of the church, we would appreciate it. And we also collect discussion topics there. So if you have anything you would like to talk about, please write it down. And we'll be happy to lead that discussion. Okay, now that all that's out of the way, let us begin with our opening intention. May I come to understand that blessings are everywhere, that my attitude will affect outcomes, that challenges are often gifts in disguise. May I come to trust that most things can get better with time, and that my instincts and gut feelings have value, and that a positive attitude makes things go smoother. May I come to see that I have many skills and talents I can use, that I am a positive influence on many people, and that there are those around me who wish me well. May I come to value that today is a blessing to be enjoyed, that each person is unique and important, and that each moment of my life has meaning. So for our discussion topic today, I wanted to talk a little bit about December traditions. And not like in a broad scope way. I was thinking really kind of specifically about Advent. My news feed was blowing up this week about December 1st, and did you buy your kids those chocolate calendars? And I stumbled onto something that I thought was kind of cool, which I'll share with you afterwards. But I wanted to know, does everybody know what Advent is first? No? Okay.
Countdown to Christmas.
Yeah, it is. It's the Christian process of expectation, really. Expecting the birth of Jesus. And so it is the 4 Sundays before Christmas. So this year, the first Sunday of Advent was last Sunday, which was the 4th week. And then, so now we're in the 2nd week. Can you believe that there are only 2 more weeks till Christmas?
Bubble.
I know. I'm trying to practice mindfulness, right, Sabrina?
Yes.
Being in this moment as it is. And I remember growing up Catholic that the 4 weeks before Christmas, we always had a big Advent calendar or an Advent wreath at the front of the church where there were 4 candles. And the 3rd candle is always a different color. So like, I think we had 3 purples and then and a pink. And then the wreath was all evergreens, much like a tree. And each Sunday would light as many candles as we were away. So this Sunday they're lighting the 2nd candle. And what I learned, interestingly, well, not really interestingly, because I kind of expected that most of the Christian tradition has been a patchwork of other faiths that were in existence at the time that Christianity came to dominance. But what I learned was that this tradition was born from pre-Christian Germanic people who used wreaths with lit candles during the cold, dark December days as a sign of hope for the future, warmth, and extended sunlight days of spring. In Scandinavia during winter, lighted candles were placed around a wheel, and prayers were offered to the god of light to turn the wheel of the earth back towards the sun to lengthen the days and restore the warmth. And they did this for the whole month of December. So I thought it was kind of interesting to see the connectivity between the Advent wreath and that process. And what I also thought was interesting is that language, right, about lighting the dark and hope for the days of extended sunlight. Good morning, welcome. Because, of course, winter solstice is a celebration of the return to more light. And we discussed that last year. This one's for you, my dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I thought it was kind of interesting. We're talking about Advent, the tradition of Advent. And I was just about to open the floor to see if anybody has any traditions that they explore during December. It's really a season of connecting with your friends and family, right? Like when we say to people, season's greetings, what are we intending when we say that? What do we mean?
I love you.
For me, it's always been a very joyful season, and lots of giving and loving and connecting. And so when I say season's greetings, that's what I'd be wishing for others. Some people, it's not a happy season at all.
No.
They
Right.
fall home, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my intention when I say season's
Yeah.
greetings. Yeah, all the best of the season. Yeah.
I celebrate solstice.
So tell us about that.
Many reasons.
It's actually the Bev solstice. You all have been mistaken.
Yeah, it's actually my solstice. It's my birthday.
Okay.
A few years ago, I had sent out a request to friends to join me in a peace circle, which I'm having again this year. You're all welcome to come. I didn't want anything. I just didn't want anything for my birthday. My birthday often gets lost in the shuffle because it's right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Christmas is where it is adopted from pagan tradition. That Christ is actually thought to have been born in July.
Yeah.
But they saw this the church saw this opportunity of joy and all of that, and the gift of God, the gift of sun and stuff, that they placed it in December, right in around Yule, which is, as Michelle said, a celebration of light. So I wanted to give back to the universe and have a peace.
Good morning, ladies. We're discussing Advent traditions. Come on in. Nice to see you, Chelsea. It's been a while.
Hey, Chelsea, So that is what I do. I have a peace circle, and it's basically sending light back out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I do.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Sabrina, I know you grew up sort of adjacently Catholic.
Yes.
Did you guys do Advent at all?
Because we're not practicing when I grew up.
Okay.
So, everything that I did had been related was through school because I went to a Catholic school.
Right.
So what I know about it is very little. It's when you're in school and you're not, doing it at home. You don't pay attention. So,
Yeah.
I'm finding now that my daughter's learning about it. She just brought home a handmade advent calendar for class, and it's like, well, how do I teach her this? How do I explain this to her? So I'm kind of relying more on Will to pick it up because he was an altar boy. He was involved in the church. He knows this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You're like tag.
Yeah. Like my parents just put me in the Catholic school board because they thought it was safer. So
Safer.
yeah, I don't know. So I really don't know much about it because I'm not even baptized Catholic or anything.
Right.
So yeah.
You can do it. Probably, I'm sure you get
Yeah.
some information.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was interesting I always thought it was weird that the different colored candle was not the candle immediately before Christmas. I always thought that was weird. Like, I would think that's like the culmination, right, of the preparation of the, I mean, in Catholic tradition, the Advent is a period of anticipation for the joy that's coming. About, you think about what has Jesus brought to your life, and how can you be an example of Christ's love in your world at this time. That was what I took away from it. Anyhow, I thought it was really weird that when we finally get to the culmination of that, we're not lighting the pink candle. Why are we lighting the pink candle beforehand? Does anybody have a guess? I have a guess. I don't have knowledge. I have a guess.
I don't remember the order of the candles. So is the pink one the first one that gets lit?
The pink one's the third one.
Third. Okay.
We do 2 purples, and then the pink, and then the purple. And then Jesus shows up in the manger.
So
yes,
okay,
she's making a connection.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Well, I think it's when was that when he was sentenced?
Is that when he was what?
Was sentenced to be crucified?
No, I don't think so. I think it's because it's closest to winter solstice. I think it's because it's the candle that's closest to the start of Yule.
Right.
The day that the light shifts. The day where there is more light than dark. Right now we're more dark, we're more dark, we're more dark. Yeah.
And that's a great day. That's like, yes.
Yes, it is, right?
Like, yes, we're going. Longer days again.
When's
Yeah.
the last one get lit? When's the last one get lit?
When's the last one get lit? On the 4th Sunday. So this year it will be the 25th. Yeah, so then before that it's the I mean
18th.
math. Thank you.
18th.
So it's just a few days in advance of solstice. I don't know if it's plausible at all, but knowing that, the intention when the infrastructure of Christianity was being established was to encompass and incorporate as many traditions as it could so that it was easy and palatable to convert. I wondered about that. You're having a thought.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, when did Mary and Joseph allegedly start their journey?
Oh.
So maybe that's it. That's the journey to the manger. Because, it only took 5 days in those.
You think? I don't know.
No, I'm sure it took years, but.
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm thinking back over all the nativity plays that I was in over the years. Like, how many days
Maybe
the journey
when
from
the angel came, I don't know.
Galilee to Nazareth? No, the angel came after Jesus was born. Oh, well, yeah, I let the shepherds know after Jesus was born, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. This is why I'm non-denominational. No denomination.
Maybe it's the king.
They arrived afterwards.
Yeah, but maybe it's when they started their journey. When the kings started keeping the play. I don't know.
No.
Dear Catholic Church, why?
We could always research it, I guess, right? If we wanted to. She would, but she's not. All of my practicing Catholics have let me down.
Sorry, girl.
The church said, so it was.
Right. So the discussion of Advent has always kind of interested me, and I haven't done anything with my kids around Advent because I wasn't, well, first of all, Mitchell is completely opposed to anything that tells him he has to do it. He's not interested in doing that. So in order for me to get him to do things that are, societal norms, there's a bit of a battle sometimes, and it just wasn't a battle worth having. And plus, I didn't want my kids to start their day with chocolate every morning, so I didn't really invest in having that argument. But there was a big discussion in a thread on my Facebook this week about Advent and what do people do to mark it. And I was thinking about all the preparation that we get into, like we're baking like fiends at our house right now for upcoming events and things, and people are shopping like crazy, and we're making plans to see the people we love. We're making plans to see our people, our friends, our family, our neighbors. We're making plans to connect, right? Even if we don't celebrate any of the 45 holidays that happen between November 15th and January 3rd, we're all get caught up and, good morning, swept up in the, lucky me. Would you like an attention? We all get caught up and swept up into that, oh, let's get together. Oh, we should have lunch. Oh, let's go for a drink. Oh, let's have coffee. Oh, do you want to come over? And then this Advent calendar idea hit my newsfeed, and I just fell in love with it. So I printed a bunch of copies. It's called the Kindness Advent Calendar.
My friend is doing that with her son.
With her son?
Yeah, and I'll tell you when we after.
This came from a UK blogger, and it's not a surprise. I'm sure you guys will not be surprised at all to know that I love anything that makes people feel better about themselves. And that's really what all of these tasks are. So today we're on the 4th, and you see what the very first thing says on the 4th? Be kind to yourself.
This is funny. I'm being kind to myself for coming.
Yeah. Well, I was like, when I saw this, I'm like, okay, Sunday's taken care of. And then I saw that it said to do something that makes me laugh out loud. And then I thought, well, I laugh out loud all the time. So I'll probably hit that too. What I liked about this calendar is that, to me, it embodies what I like about taking care of other people and making them know that they matter. Yeah. So I thought I would post this and share it with you and see if we could start like a little mini love flood here in our community. Yeah.
When you're finished.
No, I am finished. I'm trying to make the conversation go. So talk, Jackie, talk.
So I practice this kind of stuff. I've just kind of learned. So I do this every day. And anybody me, but with Christmas, I don't focus about shopping. I focus about giving of things to people that don't have or that are without. So anybody that doesn't have family or a place to go for dinner or anything like that. So we always have someone at Christmas dinner. And though we can't help but buy certain things, it's not about retail.
Sure.
I dread when I hear Christmas music before December 1st. I change stations or I walk out of the store, because to me it's been a very big focus on how much you spend or what you give from the store versus giving something from your heart or things that you can do for each other. So my kids always grew up with things, but I would say, they said, what do you want? I'm going, I want you to get along. I want you to do something together for me, make something. So my daughter said this, she goes, I'm making you a poem. I'm going, oh, no more poems. Oh, you always cry when I give you a poem. Fine, give me a poem. It's like, do something else, right? But we do try to do things from our heart, and it's not just around this time, but more so around this time, because every day we practice giving something, helping others.
Yeah.
And
what I like about this is that it invites us to bring our intention specifically. You talk about people who are without, and I think what we miss in that category is people who are without love.
yes,
Self-love for themselves, because many of the people in this room struggle with dealing with self-love. I think there's only one who would say she's got it down pat and it's no longer a thing for her. Many of us struggle with that. And for me, these things are to shine a light into, here's what I see in you. Like, I do all this stuff all the time, right? Tomorrow it says to smile at everyone, including strangers. Like, people are often like, hi, how are you? Good morning. I can smile all the time. But the intention for me will be a little bit different. I do a stray cat Christmas and Thanksgiving too. Anybody who's kicking around is going to be alone. You're not allowed to be alone. You have to come to my house. Like one year, my sister brought her coworker and her boss because they were going to be alone. Like, just bring them. Everybody's welcome. You don't even have to tell me they're coming. Just show up. Come.
That's our whole year, like any occasion when it comes to, because a lot of people dread any kind of holidays or celebrations, and so we always have enough. We always have plenty of food for extra people.
Yeah.
And we've even put like our outside table, the lawn table, I don't know what you call it.
Like a patio table?
Patio table.
Yeah.
Because our living room, dining room is one connection almost.
Yeah.
So we add that, just put tablecloth.
Yeah.
And, whoever needs a place.
I've served dinner for 32 people. We maybe don't have a spot at the table, but we're all eating.
You just sit down, you can sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And that's to me, when someone can be included in something when their days are dark, it makes our days brighter.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter actually just said, Mom, this girl is in from Scotland. She's going to school at Ryerson. And their residence closes.
Yeah.
So she says, how every year you always say if someone doesn't have a place to
Bring her.
go. And I said, yeah. And she goes, can she come over for a couple of days?
Yeah.
And I said, okay. I've had my experiences with people that don't leave.
Oh.
Is she okay? Are we okay? Because we're having some heavy duty stuff going on in her life right now. I said, do you feel good about her? Is she all right? She goes, yeah. I said, okay. Bring her. I was like, So and my kids know that if there's an animal, they've always got a place to come in. We'll find a home for it, or we'll look for their owners. But this is the house. If anybody needs a place of comfort just for, a dinner, and it's not just the holidays, but we focus because there's so many people that are very down. And to me, that's the meaning of Christmas is giving something that you could never get from the store. It's invaluable. So yes, that's to anybody. If you ever feel alone, our hearts are open and our home is full of food and love. And animals.
Amen. Anybody else want to share what they are planning for their holidays or what their intentions are? Anything stand out on here that you wanted to discuss?
I love the leaving a note like somewhere random.
Okay.
I love
And I
that.
can share one on that. My friend is doing this with her son, Gregory is 10, I believe. And she's teaching him the power of giving. And he actually did that. They live in an apartment, and he in his little handwriting, it's so cute, he put Post-its in the elevator. You are great. So cute. So they're doing a random act of kindness every day.
There is this whole movement about leaving love letters. And I'm committed to attend somebody who's organizing something like that. But I think I need to do one here where we all get together with paper and pens and we write a note to a random stranger that says, hi, I wanted you to know that you matter, that your smile lights up a room, or whatever you're going to say. And there'll be some examples of it. And then we walk around the community and put them in bushes or leave them on people's doorsteps. And what the envelopes say is, if you found this is for you. And we'll decorate them with stickers and markers and stuff and just hide them in the neighborhood. And then when you find them, it's like, it's a special thing, right?
Like the person that's reading this, if you found this note.
It's for you.
It's when I lose a stone, like my gemstones, I have different ones, and sometimes I lose them when they're on my person, and I get so bit sad. I'm going, it's meant for somebody to find it. Plus, hopefully I think, oh, this is, like, it's not just a rock that they're just going to toss. They're going to say, oh, this is, I say that, but I guess they're meant to, whoever finds that is meant to have it and get something.
Do you have any preparatory December experiences other than baking like a mad woman? And Shopping, just like my house.
Baking the big one, right? And our family together get together and do some charity things. But it's tradition that we've done for many, many, many years because we used to all exchange gifts within our larger family. And it got to be too much, and so we eliminated adults, we were drawing names, then we eliminated shopping for all the extended kids. And now what we do is we take that money we would have spent on gifts and we put it in a pot and we adopt families. But we don't just hand over the money to the families. So what we do is we all come together, all of our sisters, brothers, spouses, kids, grandkids, whatever. We all meet on one day in December and we divvy up the pot and figure out how much there is, how many people are there that need to be covered in these adopted families, and we all get assignments and we go off in groups to shop. We buy gifts for the children, the parents, the grandparents. And then we all come back with all our stuff and we wrap it and we tag it and we all have lunch together and then we all get on our way.
It's my favorite tradition.
I say that's
It
so
really
nice.
is.
It's a really, you know what, it's become a favorite that nobody wants to miss.
Yeah.
And all the little people are all involved and
Yeah.
they love it. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
We did that years ago when my daughter was young. She was maybe grade 3, and she came home and she said, "Mom, so-and-so said Santa Claus isn't coming to her place this year." And I just like, oh my gosh, I still feel the emotion. It's like, so I went and talked to other parents. I was a stay-at-home mom, so I didn't have a lot of extra money.
Yeah.
But I just went to anybody that I thought maybe had a heart and told them the situation.
And had $10, right? Like if you get 100 people with $10, you get 20 people with $20.
Well, I went to the
Right.
school
It's
and
amazing.
they really didn't want to have anything to do with this, so I sort of went on the mission myself
Yeah.
and found people, and we collected several $100s in
Yeah.
a small group, and they went shopping.
Yeah.
And Christmas Eve, we went over, and we also found out what they would want. I spoke
Of
to the
course.
mom,
Yeah.
and I said, Santa's coming. So anyways, we need to find out a few special things that they want. And
It's a wonderful thing to do.
There's a program where you can actually adopt a family and you can decide what.
There's several programs.
Yeah. There's one that we've done at my office, and you say, well, we can cobble together enough for maybe a single mom and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you get a list, and everybody gets a new winter coat, winter boots, whatever their little Christmas list is.
Yeah.
Food vouchers. Like there's a prescribed list, and it's really cool.
Mhm.
In this particular program, a family can only sign up once. So just, to share the wealth.
Mhm.
Now, the other thing that we do at work that I'm working on right now, we do something called comfort care packs, and this is working with local charities. We're collecting things for kids who are entering shelters.
Oh,
So it's pajamas, slippers, toothbrush, toothpaste, brush,
stuffy.
stuffy, book,
Yeah.
blanket. So we're doing that, which is
Because they all matter too. That stuff, that stuff. If you're not warm when you go to bed, it's nothing like a cozy.
in a strange house when you come. You probably come from a
You fled. You haven't had time to pack.
exactly. You have nothing.
No underwear. Yeah. Were you going to say something, Annie?
I was just going to say one of the places we go to get families is a woman's,
Shelter.
it's not a shelter,
Interval houses in
Interval
between,
house.
right?
it's, they're free, right?
Yeah.
Abusive situations. And they're there for whatever time they need to be before they're placed out in the community. So sometimes we get a family that's just going out into their own place.
Right.
Or,
So the wish lists are often things like sheets and pots and pans and
Nothing. Yeah. Household things.
Yeah.
As well as personal items for the family
Yeah.
members. Yeah. They give you,
yeah.
like you said, all the details, sizes, preference, color preferences.
Yeah.
Specialty.
So I guess my thought with having this discussion was just to certainly expand my what.
What are we doing here then? What are we gonna do here? Are we gonna do a food bank donation? As this group, what are we going to do?
Boom. Well, I really want to do the love letters challenge.
Right.
I really want to do that. And maybe we'll just, one of the Sunday gatherings, we'll just write letters. And then, you know, you can take them home with you, or we can walk around this neighborhood here and stuff things in the bushes.
Great. And a food drive. I'm calling it. I'll take care of the food. I'll take it. I will drop it.
Okay.
17th. The 17th, 18th. 18th. Bring your food.
I'm looking at the calendar. Okay. All right. So then maybe that day we can also do the letters challenge.
Awesome.
That's our Sunday before. It's our pink candle.
Woo! Take that, Catholic Church. We can bring a pink candle too.
I probably have one. Yeah. Yeah.
That is the one day I probably won't be here. I will be out of town the night before, so I will probably stay, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
It's my husband's birthday on the 18th, so I appreciate Christmas and birthdays beforehand. After the 21st,
Yes.
I do birthdays, and after the 21st, it's okay now I can get ready for Christmas.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I will pre-bring, if you need food and stuff the week before, or you want to do a gift for a child, or you need pajamas, or whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. Let me know. I'll do
food bank.
the week before.
We'll do food bank.
It's lovely. Thank you. If you want to write a letter too, we can.
I'll
Yeah.
pre-letter it.
What I'll do is post, I have a link to the website that talks about this Love Letters project. It was started by a woman in Edmonton. So I think I like that it's Canadian tradition too. So I'll post a link that talks about the project, its history, and gives examples of what kinds of things you might put into your letter. And if you aren't able to attend, or you want to do your own love letter challenge with your family in your neighborhood, then you can pick up on it, because I love the random acts of kindness. I love it. I was reading speaking of random acts of kindness, I was reading something in my news feed about a woman, you know that when you go through the drive-thru and you pay for somebody's coffee?
Yeah.
She was taking it to the next level. And she went in the story, she went into Starbucks and she purchased her coffee, and she purchased a gift card for $25 and told the barista to use it to pay for the orders who came up until it was out. And then when it was gone, it was gone. And she said, I'm going to sit over there in the corner, and you can tell the person that who paid for their coffee is still here if they want to. And if they want to find me, then maybe they will. So the barista's like, okay, she was in on it. And then it took like an hour and a half for that gift card to be spent, because by the time you get up there and you've got your $7 to pay for your coffee, they just said, okay, add it to that gift card.
Nice.
Right? Like if this is going to be, if she's paying for my coffee, I'm going to pay for the next person's behind me. I'm going to pay for the next person behind me. I'm going to pay for the next person behind me.
Not so random anymore.
And she was able to see the impact, right? Which I get the whole thing about being anonymous. And she was anonymous because only one person came to find her. So the story went. I mean, it's the internet. It could just be total mythology, right? But so the story went. Only one person came to find her. But she got to observe the impact that she was making on other people's days. And as we spoke about, was it 2 weeks ago when you were sharing about the impact you can have in a lineup, right? And then people leave the store feeling better about themselves, which may allow them to share that with other people, right? Like, it's a seed that keeps going. It's a spore, like one of those dandelions, right?
Yeah.
So I love that idea too. I just need to find an hour and a half to go and sit in the Starbucks so I can watch it all happen. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You'll find me in Starbucks on this day. I'll be buying coffees.
Every meeting, I would go to different parts of my work, and I would buy whoever was behind
Did you ever get somebody purchasing yours in
Yeah, it
return?
was kind of a shock.
Mm.
I was like, by the person behind me, because that was my intention. Was
Yeah.
always,
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, well, I think that brings us to the end of the discussion, unless anybody has anything else they want to share or chip in or add.
Just, that doing something like that for somebody small, they say, appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
Those little things might not be much to some people, but there's so many people, like if I've never had a coffee in the drive-thru, I'm going, I've never in all the years that they started this. I'm so surprised. Not that I expect it, because I do that stuff for others and I get more out of it than getting it back. But I'm thinking once in a while, I'm going, when people say that, I'm going, oh my gosh, it's been going on for how many years? And I've
Right.
never had, and usually when I go to the drive-thru, it's usually a coffee, not a breakfast or someone's menu or dinner that I'm saying.
So 4 dozen donuts.
Right, okay, a drive-thru should be for grabbing a coffee quickly.
Okay, we're in a rant.
But it's funny that you are ranting about it, because I feel like it happens when people really need it, because it's happened to us about 2 or 3 times now, and it's always been when either myself or my husband have been in the mood. The best example, someone cut us off in the drive-thru
Right.
that we are at, because some people don't know you can't come in a certain way. So my husband's sitting there having a thing, calling him every name, right? We get up to the window, oh, the gentleman says he apologizes, he didn't realize he bought your coffee. And he's like, oh, and his whole attitude changes, like, that was really nice.
Yes.
Totally diffuses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who are following us online, I'm going to post a link to this Advent calendar of kindness actions. You can have a look at that. The other thing to note is that December 18th, we will have our meeting. I don't know if we'll stream it. I don't know how quite we'll go, but we're going to do the love letter challenge that day too. And I'll also post a link on our Facebook page for that too. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week.